Sudama and Krishna were boys together at the ashram of their guru, Sandipani, studying the same texts, eating the same simple food, collecting firewood together in the same forests, living the completely ordinary life of students who happened to be inseparable. One was a prince, one was a Brahmin boy of no means whatsoever. Neither of them noticed the difference. Then life happened, as it always does, and the two friends were separated by the full distance of the world. Krishna became the king of Dwarka, the most celebrated and powerful ruler in all the land, his name spoken with reverence across every kingdom that existed. Sudama became a poor Brahmin scholar whose family sometimes went without food. Years passed. Decades passed. The two friends did not meet. One day, Sudama's wife came to him gently and said what wives sometimes have to say when the situation has become impossible to ignore. "You were close to Krishna once. You should go to him. He is your oldest friend. He would want to help us." Sudama resisted. He was too proud to arrive at the palace of the King of Kings as a beggar with his hand out. But his wife pressed him, and the children were hungry. And so he went. He brought the only gift he could afford, a small bundle of poha, flattened rice, tied in a torn piece of cloth, a poor man's offering to the King of Kings. He held it under his arm the entire journey, hoping no one would notice it, ashamed of it, and unable to leave it behind. When Krishna saw Sudama approaching from a distance across the courtyard of the palace, he did not send a servant to receive him at the gate. He ran to his friend, embraced him the way you embrace someone whose absence you have carried quietly for years, brought him inside himself, seated him on his own throne, and washed his feet with his own hands while the entire court watched in astonishment. Then Krishna noticed the bundle under Sudama's arm. He reached over and took it from him, not with ceremony, not with politeness. He practically snatched it. He unwrapped the torn cloth and ate the flattened rice with the delight of a man who has been waiting for exactly this. 3 handfuls. Simple, plain, poor man's food eaten by the King of Kings on his own throne with his oldest friend watching. Sudama sat with Krishna for several days, talking of the ashram and the guru and the years between. And the whole time the words he had rehearsed on the journey, the careful explanation of how difficult things had become, the gentle asking, stayed completely silent inside him. Every time he thought to say it, something stopped him. Not politeness, not pride, something deeper than both. The moment he arrived and saw his friend running towards him across the courtyard, the asking had become impossible. To ask for help from this man in this moment would be to turn something sacred into a transaction. And Sudama found he could not do it. He had asked for nothing and wanted for nothing. He rose, said goodbye to his friend, and began the long walk home, his heart lighter than it had been in years. And then he arrived home. Where his hut had been, there was now a palace. His family clothed, fed, transformed. Everything changed completely, without explanation, without any record of a request ever having been made. Sudama stood at the threshold of this impossible place and understood something he had not understood when he set out. The Bhagavatam is very precise about what happened here, and very precise about what did not happen. Krishna never said, "I will fix your house." There was no announcement, no ceremony, no moment where the gift was given. Grace arrived in silence. the way it always does, in the space left by a man who came to see his friend and forgot to ask for anything. The teachers say this is the paradox at the heart of the story. If Sudama had walked in with his list of needs, he might have received exactly what he asked for, and nothing more. Because he walked in with nothing but love and the memory of shared firewood in a forest 30 years ago, he received the infinite. I think about the poha most of all. The small bundle of flattened rice, tied in a torn cloth, held under the arm with shame the entire journey. Krishna snatched it. Not because flattened rice is a worthy gift for a king, it isn't. But because what was inside the torn cloth was not rice. It was years of love and the courage to show up anyway, and the complete inability to offer anything more. The divine, the Bhagavatam tells us, is not hungry for the value of the gift. It is hungry for the intent behind it. I'll leave you with one question today. Where in your life are you approaching something sacred? A friendship, a relationship, a moment of grace, with a list in your hand. This has been The Long Thread. Ancient stories for the present moment. If this story stayed with you, follow the long thread and wake up to a new one tomorrow.